Alright guys, how's it going? It is time for another exclusive. Hooray. I know you love this feature, the exclusives, because I love it too. We have a good giggle, don't we? Because they're usually a load of shite. Now, I haven't read it yet, but what I can tell you is it's on Anfield Index, and the articles on here are usually very poor. Alright? So I'm not really sure we're going to see anything of any interest in here. Now, when I read out an exclusive, I can't read the entire article. I'm not allowed to. So I leave out bits that are like filler. I don't mean polyfiller. I mean like just text of nothing. Like to tell you that it's who the player is or who the club is, stuff that you know. So we're focusing on the content to do with the exclusive, right? Okay. Now I have this mantra, if you like, whatever you want to call it, that the more adverts on a website, the more bullshit, right? What brings more traffic to a website? Exclusives, transfer news, right? And so how do they make their money? From the adverts on the site. So if there's no real adverts on them websites, right? My website, coptalk.com, go and have a look, right? You get the odd advert on there, maybe that's it, but not all over the fucking place. That ruins the viewer's experience of reading something. Do you know what I mean? So if there's not like a great deal of adverts, what's the point of publishing shit exclusives? Do you get me drift? So with this particular one in the background, you see no adverts. There's an ad blocker on there. But if you go to it on a mobile phone, you'll see here, what the advertising is like. We've got adverts coming up all over. Look, the videos and everything, which these are adverts. I get approached all the time to include them, and I reject them. So it just becomes a bit of a minefield. You can't even see. It just ruins everything, right? So there's a lot of adverts on here, which already, I know this website anyway, but if it was a web, look, it's already given me a full page fucking thing now. So if it's a website you know it's already pants, or you know it's good. But if it's a website from somewhere in the world you're not sure about, that's how I judge them. So I genuinely can't close down all the adverts that are on here. So it's backing up my point already. I think the article is going to be pants. So what is the exclusive? Well, I can't read it at the moment because there's an advert covering it, which I can't clear. So that's how good, that's how much they think of the people reading their articles. Exclusive. Newcastle United want to sign Liverpool forward as potential Alexander Isak route opens up. As a potential Alexander Isak route opens up. Now, Alexander Isak being in the title is obviously going to draw Liverpool fans into this. Even if you know it's going to be shite, you're going to be like, oh, go on, let's see what you're fucking saying then, kind of thing. All right? Now, it was published a couple of days ago. I don't really do anything over the weekend. I kick back and enjoy myself. And yesterday I weren't feeling too good, so I'm catching up on things. So this is by someone called Samuel Thompson, if they even exist. It says, there's an advert saying you can go pro. You can pay $4.99 a month for this, by the way, if you want, and then not have any adverts. How nice is that? Exclusive. Newcastle United move to sign Liverpool forward. I've left out the Alexander Isak bit in the article. Liverpool have enjoyed an explosive start to the transfer window. This is what I mean. You don't need to know all that. Let's skip to the exclusive. First two paragraphs, nothing to do with it. Third paragraph. Anfield Index sources. Okay, can you smell it? I can smell it. It's deep in it. It's bullshit. Have revealed. Ta-da! Newcastle United's interest in signing the latter of those names. Oh, what was the bit we missed out then? Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota all face uncertain futures at the club. Anfield Index sources have revealed Newcastle United's interest in signing the latter of those names, with Jota seen as a potential attacking target for the Magpies this summer. It is understood that they also hold interest in potential moves for Gomez, Kwanzaa, Elliott, also on their radar. Beep, beep, beep. Bold. Liverpool receive Alexander Isak boost. Isak, I forgot how to pronounce his name. Isak. Arne Slot is determined to add a centre forward to his summer plans. It is understood that Isak remains Liverpool's first choice with a forward open to the move. We also understand That Liverpool have remained in regular contact with Newcastle United over their interest in the 25-year-old. That's right, Liverpool phone them up once a week. Oh yeah, you all right? Yeah, I'm doing all right now. You doing? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, just ringing up to see about Isak. Fuck off. Of course, it remains a hugely ambitious and expensive deal for Liverpool, but their early moves in the summer transfer market speaks volumes of their ambitions heading into next season. You can speak as many volumes as you fucking want and as loud as you want. If you're Newcastle, you can go fuck yourself. We don't need to sell him. It's that fucking simple. The only way you're getting Isak is if the player pushes for the move, and we'll get to that in a minute. My own opinion. The North East side are reportedly, journalists use the word, or websites or Twitter twats, whatever, use the word reportedly as it's a disclaimer. It's not us saying it, but it gives them an opportunity to include names, especially in headlines, then go reportedly. It's not us. In signing João Pedro in a move that could be worth £60 million. A signing of another centre forward, in this case Jota, could play a huge part in a summer move for the Swedish forward. Newcastle's interest in Liverpool trio, that's going to go on about the players we just mentioned. These have got nothing to do. That's it. That's it completely. And now it's just. This is so fucking funny. Right, just look at these adverts. Fucking hell. Oh dear me. Right, so you could say, why are you reading it out if you know it's shite? Because this is like when these websites, right, throw claims around, you only need someone that's a bit naive or, you know, new on the internet, or maybe a young lad or a young lass, and just take things at face value, you know, think, oh, maybe it's true. And then they go and talk about it, and then people retweet it, repost it, and before you know it, it's happening. So what I try and do is work out where the claims come from. And if you can trace it back, we can all go, you know what, fuck right off. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Now, let's be sensible now, right? Well, not that I'm not being sensible. It's them that's not being fucking sensible. Right, let's be honest now. Isak, is he genuinely on Liverpool's radar? Up until recently, right, I have not given it a single bit of consideration. Not one single bit of consideration. You've got to remember, months ago, we were going to sign him. Liverpool were in for him, and then it was off. It was like, oh, no, it's not happening. It was like, exclusive, Liverpool in for him, exclusive, the deal's off. He was never there, right? Do you know what I mean? But, oh, yes, I really need to tell you something else. Right, so, it was bullshit. But just recently, within the last few days, my ears have just pricked up a little bit. And it just, some things sound a little bit different, all right? So the Twitter twats and people like this that are just going to clickbait you and drag you in for the revenue or whatever, right? They're going to tell you Isak's on the agenda every day. I'm not. I don't think I've made many videos about him, right? But if I'm completely honest with you, I feel the reporting has just changed a little bit. And the reporting from reasonably credible people, not this lot, it just sounds a little bit different at the moment. And I just get the impression, and it's only opinion, that the player is looking at Liverpool and what we're doing with the likes of Ertz and stuff like that, and he's like, I won't mind a bit of that, maybe. That's all, right? So the only way you get him, and I think we could get him if we went in, like, oh no, that's not the right thing to say there. Let me rephrase that. I like to be very careful with my words. The only way you get him, I think, is if the player was arsey with Newcastle and tried to force a move, right? And then I think we would have a good chance of getting him. I do, honestly. But I speak to people in Newcastle all the time. And they say that, you know, like we talk about David Ornstein, right? Saying, oh, he's good to listen to Liverpool. Newcastle fans don't think that about him. Right? They do not think that about him. So when Ornstein says something, they all go, who the fuck is he to say anything? Because the people that they trust are not giving any indication that the player is looking for a move away. However, yesterday, I need to go on the Cock Talk VIP members website. Let me find this for you. Who was it? Let me find the Isak stuff on there. Executive Lounge, if you're on the members website. Scouting Department, Alexander Isak latest, right? Well, let me see if I can find it. I posted this yesterday. So, yesterday, in an article to do with Luis Diaz and Barcelona, Sport, the pro-Barcelona closest publication to Deco, Laporta, Barcelona, we're talking about Liverpool, what they were doing in terms of looking, like with Diaz possibly going, who Liverpool are sniffing around. Liverpool already exploring replacements in their coverage. Hugo Ekitike, is that how he pronounced his name? Right? And then it says Alexander Isak, right? And it says about Liverpool, basically being interested in him. Now, you might think, as I normally would, right? Well, how do they know what's going on with Liverpool and stuff? But what you have to understand, there's two reasons why I was interested by what Sport said yesterday. And the two reasons are as follows. One, Barcelona, obviously at the moment, Deco, that newspaper, etc., are obviously all in the loop with the Luis Diaz camp at the moment, right, as to what's happening. And from that camp will come opinion, feedback, narrative, stuff from Liverpool. Diaz, look, maybe we can do a deal with them, but we need X amount of pounds because we're interested in doing this, blah blah blah. So because there's a connection with Diaz, the agent, the family, whatever, his representation, his camp, and Liverpool Football Club, Barcelona will have a little bit maybe of a suggestion of what Liverpool are trying to do. But Barcelona also have been in communication with Isak's agent. And this goes back to November of last year. So November of last year, Barcelona had a sit down with his agent. All right. So they've got relationship. This publication, Barcelona, Isak, his agent, they've got a feel of what's going on with that player. A little bit of Liverpool because of the Diaz stuff and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that Liverpool are about to make a move for Isak because some fucking newspaper here said anything. But they were quite strong with the suggestion. It wasn't like, reports in England say this. It was them giving their own thing, saying, Liverpool are interested in him. Look at it like that, right? And I just feel that the reporting by some credible people just sounds a little bit different. Sounds different to what these plonkers would say. And it's just left me with the opinion. And it's only an opinion. My opinion's no more important than yours, right? But it's just left me with the opinion that, yeah, I could imagine Liverpool doing it. But, and it is a massive but, the player would have to want it. And not just be like, I'd be interested in that, but fucking want it. And I'm not sure he's going to do that because I think he's got a good relationship with Newcastle. And Newcastle, from what I understand, do not need to sell him, right? But if players have the power, if Liverpool said to him, we really do want you, we're willing to go all in to get you, we won't let you down if you stand up, and the player stands up and goes, I want to go to Liverpool, then it would happen, in my opinion. But I'm just not sure, as much as the player might be thinking, I'd be down for that he's willing to risk that relationship, or maybe he just doesn't feel it could happen. That it's like I say, it's only opinion. And the feedback from the agent, his reps back in November, was that he'd be interested in going to Barcelona. So I think this player does have like a little bit of a, what player wouldn't? Like some of Europe's top clubs are interested in me. You wouldn't turn around and go, well, I'll never consider that. It's not being disrespectful to Newcastle if you're a Newcastle fan, because Liverpool players, Luis Diaz, the same thing, right? So, no, I don't know. I just think the reporting's been a little bit different about it. I wouldn't get too caught up in it personally. I think that Hugo, I think that would probably be more realistic. But the thing is, some of those, because you've got to think of Isak's injury record, number one. But some of these other players, like it's him, all right, Shesko and all them, right, some of the valuations are just astronomical, very off-putting. And I thought Liverpool would go all in for a striker this summer. That was the vibe I was getting. But now we get inverts, it makes me think, will they do that now? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so this is about the exclusive, and as you, there's nothing in this, all right? Jota, we haven't mentioned Jota, have we? Jota, I think Liverpool would sell Jota, I do, but I don't think they're actively looking to move him out. I could see him doing well at Newcastle, to be honest with you, and I could see him being, of interest to Newcastle, but not because these are telling me that, because these are things that we've already heard previously. So the exclusive is pants, all right? But it's also given us an opportunity to talk about some things that might be of interest. And I haven't had to make a video saying latest Alexander Isak, that people can say, oh, you're only talking about that for whatever. So unless someone's going to watch the exclusive, they won't know what my thoughts are, will they, guys? All right. I'll leave it with you. What do you think? Do you think it's been a little bit different, the Isak stuff? Yeah? It's just something to watch, I think, but it depends who's saying it, because these fuckers will say it every day, as you know. All right, I'll leave it with you. If you found the video interesting, I feel like it was all over the place, I do apologise. But if you found it interesting, please thumbs up the video. I come in peace, Newcastle fans. Got a great amount of respect for you guys and your club, I really have. Drop me a comment, peoples, with your views. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, hit the super thanks button. It's a love out under the video, or join my channel. And I will give you a shout out on my morning briefing tomorrow morning to thank you. Obviously, it doesn't cost anything to leave a comment or thumbs up a video. All right, guys, I do appreciate you. I'll speak to you live on here at 1 o'clock this afternoon, if UK time, if you're around.